Welcome back to QuickBooks Online. In our last lesson, we looked at the payroll expense based on what we owe the employees. Even though the payday hasn't come up, they worked for us, and at the end of the month we owed them, and so we had to do the calculation for the payroll expense. However, we also, as a business, owe payroll taxes for having employees here. So in this lesson, we're not going to learn how to do the calculations. The payroll calculations would be in a different course. These calculations have been done for us, and now we need to input them into the QuickBooks Online system, and that's what we're going to learn. We're going to look at the employer portion of the payroll tax expense that we owe because the employees work for us. We have to match both Social Security and Medicare. The employees pay some out of their paycheck. You often see it on your paycheck as FICA, but the employer also pays a matched amount separately to the federal government on behalf of the employee. That's what we're going to look at here. So the total for our three employees is $321.30. It's made up of both Social Security and Medicare. So we have to make sure the date is correct. This is very important in payroll. If you get the wrong date, it could really lead you to have a lot of fees and penalties for not paying on time. This is for the end of the month, so we have an end of the month date we're using as an example. And what we're going to do first is we're going to do the payroll tax expense amount. So this is the first time we've done payroll for this particular company, so we have to add that account. This is not the same as payroll expense. Payroll expense is what we owe our employees based off of their work. This is what we owe for having employees. We have to pay payroll tax expense separately. So we need to set the account up the first time we do this. So the account type is an expense. The detail type is payroll tax expenses, and we'll keep it the same name, and we'll save and close that. Our payroll expenses are $321.30. So that's going to be the amount we put into the journal entry. We owe for the Social Security as a matching amount. So this is the amount that we owe to pay to the federal government for having an employee. This is the amount that we have to match. So we're going to use the account that we set up last time. This is an amount that we owe. We haven't paid it yet. When the time comes, we'll pay it. And the amount, we're going to do the same for Medicare. And the amount is $60.90. So you need to have payroll calculated based on your company's independent situation. So a payroll course is very important. This is not a payroll course, it's a QuickBooks course. So once you have an understanding of payroll and you're able to calculate it, then you would input it this way. So if you had federal or state unemployment tax, this is where you would add those accounts and put that into. For our example, we're just going to use Social Security and Medicare. But this is ready. We can save and close. And we've got our payroll tax expenses calculated for the month.